It's a little after 6:15 and time now for what's trending. Well, a historic push for animal relocation unfolded on the Hawaiian Islands as hundreds of animals took flight in search of forever homes on the U.S. mainland. Pause across the Pacific. That's what a huge effort to move hundreds of shelter animals from Hawaii is being called. They're also calling it the largest animal airlift rescue in history. More than 600 dogs and cats boarded a chartered aircraft to relocate to the mainland. They're from humane societies, shelters, and animal sanctuaries across the state, and this is an effort to help free up space in shelters after the pandemic disrupted operations. Once they're checked by vets, the animals will then be sent to shelters in Washington State, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. They'll then be made available for adoption. So what a great story here. So good to see these animals getting another chance at finding a forever home. And it's pretty also interesting to know that they're making history as the largest animal relocation ever. I actually didn't even know that that was a previous thing to happen. So it's really cool to see that.
Well, I thought it would be, like after like hurricanes in the southern states, like, they would have relocation for animals, and I figured those would be big. But, right. Seeing and hearing this, it's like good to hear. It makes me want to take all the puppies home.
Yeah. You might need a bigger house for that, Zach. But it's so great to see this push this operation to help free up space and just. The bottom line is to get these animals a forever home, and this is great to see even during a pandemic. They're doing everything they can to make that happen.
Yeah, for sure. It's just obvious that the pandemic is affecting us in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. And from pets looking for forever homes to pet that took a forever to come home. Now, watch this Texas family have an emotional reunion with their dog who went missing 6 years ago. 6. So after King disappeared from their front yard in 2014, the Vasquez family searched for years, circulating pictures on social media. And now fast forward to 2020, and the family was contacted via FaceTime. King, who was chipped, had somehow popped up at an animal shelter in Florida. The family wasted no time driving the 19 hours to South Florida to claim their long-lost family pet.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, just to know that after 6 years, the dog showed up in Florida nonetheless, but just the obvious love and dedication and connection between that family and that dog is just obvious to know that they would immediately hop in the car and drive those 19 hours. Zach, if this happened to Zelda, your cat, so everyone out there knows, what would you do if Zelda just showed up a couple years later somewhere? Would you make the drive?
I would make the drive, the flight, the boat trip, anything to get my fur child back.
Yeah.
And I know I would do the exact same thing for any of my furry friends. My family has cats back home. Well, both of them actually came to us over the course of time. So lovable animals, and yeah, I mean, I would do the same thing too. And also a public service announcement. That's why you should get your animals chipped there, because you never know when they might turn up, right, guys?
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. So from one animal story to another one that might make you cringe. When you hear that funny noise under the hood of your car, you probably don't expect to find a problem this big. Let's show you what we're talking about here. The driver of a Ford Mustang opened the hood to find a massive python hugging his engine. Okay, I'm done with this here. Fortunately, a Florida wildlife officer came to the rescue, pulling the 10-foot snake, yes, 10-foot snake, out of the muscle car and dropping it into a bag with the help of some marina employees in Dania Beach. The driver was pretty shocked, and who wouldn't be? As you can see, he hung back, not offering to help, and that's totally understandable, of course. Forget about horsepower. Now that's some python power under the hood you can really brag about. I don't know about you guys. I probably would be that guy that would just stay as far away as possible unless animal control gave me some instructions on how to, I guess, wrestle a snake safely, because those pythons are strong.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of snakes. I don't know how I would be in that situation. I found like a dead bird under my hood before, but nothing ever that scary. Zach, I mean, what would your reaction be?
I would definitely run away, because like the most I've encountered, I had a dead bird in my cabin filter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
But snakes.
Not for you. Well, luckily we don't live in Florida, where there are plenty of snakes.